Alright, hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing pretty different video from what I used to do. I mean, I don't really make videos too much anymore, but today is going to be a pretty in-depth, comprehensible guide of Aatrox, my favorite champion in League of Legends. So there's going to be a few sections to this video. We're going to start out with, you can see we're going to start with the rune page. Then we're going to go into the items, because all the items have just recently changed. Some people don't really know what to build. I have pretty in-depth part about the items, so I got you guys covered on that. Then finally, the most interesting part, the combos. There won't really be a matchup guide, but there'll be a few tips and tricks, little matchup things sprinkled throughout the video in the different sections. So first, what you're looking at right here, this is the standard Aatrox page. You can run this anywhere into any champion and you'll be fine. But for optimization, if you're against like a poke champion, you would go second wind instead of bone plating, because they can just poke off your bone plating and then you're sad, or they can just keep throwing their poke at you and you'll eventually die to that. So someone like Malphite, you'll run this page instead. Someone like Teemo, Kennen, Lad, Rise, any of these long-range mage guys. Quinn, weirdly enough, you'd still go bone plating, because most of Quinn's damage actually comes from her all-in instead of her poke. Kind of weird, but you'd still go. Oh, let me go this. But you'd still go D-shield, but we'll get to that later. So the other page that a lot of people go, it's a bit greedier and not always worth it. You would go Taste of Blood and a Ravenous Hunter. New Ravenous Hunter, however, is actually quite a good upgrade. Instead of, it's nerfed the healing, but it's Omnivamp now, which means it's a lifesteal as well. So this, combined with some of the new items, you'll actually be able to heal off of creep waves again, which, God bless. I really missed that. I don't think it was too oppressive when you had the very slight healing against creeps. So you take Ravenous Hunter, you can get that back. Cool. So I'll also be going through all these main trees to show you what the different things you can be going. So, the other one, classic one, use it for anything. This one, you can actually get more healing through this one, and a little bit better lane sustain than Revitalize Bone Plating. But it's not always worth it, because they nerfed Aatrox's early game quite hard, so this page isn't as appealing anymore. You always go double adaptive force and armor, or MR depending on the lane. You never want to go for ability haste here. And sometimes, wait, this is dog shit. It used to be 10 CDR, 8 ability haste is way worse. I didn't notice that. Anyway, you can go attack speed if you're going jungle for a better jungle clear, but you don't really need to play Aatrox jungle. It's more just a meme. Okay, so other variations of this page, sudden impact provides you with a lot of damage, but you lose a lot of lane sustain, because this is nearly 1 HP per second, which is huge in the lane. Huge. This is a lot of extra lethality, which is quite nice. You can go this on mid lane, but it's really risky. You're going really risky. Another thing you could do would be to go for Ingenious Hunter. Now, they changed Ingenious Hunter, and it works on, items as well, which is on, what the fuck am I saying? It works on, passive items as well. So if you're going, Divine Sunderer, hell yeah, you're taking this. But, yeah. Never go Relentless Hunter or Ultimate Hunter. Well, Ultimate Hunter's kind of appealing. It's not worth it. Alright, next page will be Domination. You only go this in mid lane in certain matchups. Actually most matchups. So you'll go for this as your main page, and then you have two options, so you can go Precision or Resolve, but I'll stay here for now. So Electrocute, you can go Dark Harvest, but that's kind of troll, but it's very fun. So you can proc Electrocute real easily with Aatrox. You have a pretty number heavy combo. What that means, just you hit a lot of times, so it's pretty easy to get it off. I mean, I might as well. So just if I'm going mid lane, this is the page I'm running. So that's it's a pretty simple page. Don't run this top lane. Next, sorcery. There is actually a sorcery page for Aatrox. So you would go for Arcane Comet. This works pretty well with your Q, but be careful. This scales atrociously. This is the worst rune late game for Aatrox. So just know that you'll have a pretty good early game into like the people that you would play this into, like Teemo, Kennen, maybe Lucian, because it's used into really rough matchups where you think your team is going to be able to carry later on, because you're not going to be able to carry without Conqueror later on, or even Electrocute. But yeah, so since most of the time you're going to be using this against like annoying mages like, I mean, Teemo and Kennen, but even then, I'd basically only use this into Kennen. You'd go Nullifying Orb, and then here it's kind of up to your preference. I'd say stay away from Absolute Focus, because once again, it's a ranged matchup, so they'll poke you up pretty easily. So this kind of becomes unappealing. Also, you do this. So I'd say probably Transcendence. Celerity works pretty well with your ult, kind of a meme. And Comet, obviously, you can go Scorch for a little bit better kill pressure in lane, or Gathering Storm if you're unconfident you can kill anyone. This will let you scale pretty well because this works really well with your ult. Next, Resolve. Only one page here as well. You can go for Go To, Demolish, Revitalize or Bone Plating, depending on which one. Always Revitalize, don't go Overgrowth. This scales way too well with your champion. And then here you have a couple options. You can go for the this page, which is actually probably better than Last Stand Triumph with Precision, even though Triumph scales really well with Go To. But basically, this page you're gonna use this to just poke with your passive auto attacks every once in a while. This one's better than Conqueror if you prefer the playstyle. But generally, if you're just saying like numbers, this is probably worse basically all the time. But go for it if you prefer the grass playstyle. I will not judge you, because I think it's really fun. Alright, next section, going on to the items. Alright, so this is my Aatrox page. So starting items, Dorn's Blade if it's a more all-in kind of lane. Hello? There you go. Dorn's Shield if it's a poke heavy. This is basically, you can go Dorn's Shield into anyone if you're less confident, but if you want to go Turbo Alpha Chad, go for Dorn's Blade into like Urgot or whatever, Aurelia, people that you want to fight, and they don't really poke you that much. Urgot's maybe not a great option, but still. And then Hailblade if you want to jungle, you know, why not? It's better than Red Smite. Helps you set up for combos and whatnot. So your first recall, if you can get a cheater, go Cull, or even another D-Blade, because Warmonger is pretty beautiful. 5% Omnivamp, yes please. But I like Cull for extra money because, you know, Bruisers, your items are expensive, so you cry. Kindle Gem, great item. It's not the best item since the nerf. Basically the nerf was that they changed it from 10 CDR to Ability Haste. And I think they took away 50 health. I could be wrong. I don't think they did, actually. But 10 Ability Haste is worse than 10 CDR. So it's a little bit worse. But it builds into most of the items that you'll be going. Plated Steel Caps, you can go this if you're against, like, Fiora. And if you're against Fiora, go Plated Steel Caps and Bramble Vest right into each other, because that lane is unwinnable. And if you get those two items, it becomes a heavily favored Fiora matchup. That's a little bit more skill-based, but if you don't have those, it's unwinnable. Phage, this is builds into some of your items. It's pretty great. They buffed it for quite a lot of champions, because Aatrox doesn't really care about the movement speed that old Phage gave. This gives you HP when you hit people, and yeah, that's really great. You can QE in to the lane, someone with the edge knocks them up so they can't really retaliate, then you start healing for a little bit of your max HP. Great stuff. Iron Spike Whip. This builds into your main mythic that you'll be building pretty much every game if you're a Coomer, which is, boom, Gore Drinker. So Gore Drinker is it's the standard option. It's 105% gold efficient plus 3% per legendary, which is great. Plus you get the Trend passive, the Trend Q passive, where it's called Spite, gain 1% attack damage for each 5% missing HP. You get that for free, and you get the active Thirsting Slash for free. It's an incredible item. Build this every game if you're, a basic bitch. Eclipse. Now this one's just overpowered right now. They hot fixed it, so it might not be as OP, but I'm still pretty sure it's still OP. You can buy this every game as well and feel good about it, but I'd say use this for quick fights. In and outs, just quick combo, and then get out, use the shield to protect yourself a bit. So Eclipse is 85% gold efficient and 4% per legendary. So it's substantially worse just stat-wise than Gore Drinker, but that passive is really dirty. So yeah, this is a Feast or Famine option. Note, 0 HP, 0 CDR. So if you can't pop off when you buy Eclipse, you're going to be really far behind. Now, Divine... Oh, this one doesn't have any text on it. That's annoying. Divine Sunderer. This is another really good option. So if you played Aatrox before item rework, you would probably know that Triforce was really appealing, but you could never buy it because, I mean, you don't want mana. You don't really want attack speed that much. The Black Cleaver was just better. It gave better stats, made you tankier. So that's why you basically always went Black Cleaver. You never go Triforce. But Divine Sunderer actually makes more sense. It gives you healing, and it gives you the option to kill tanks, which Aatrox just fucking can't do. So this is an option into really tanky teams. So like Orange Shen, then like, I don't know, Sejuani, Zac, Amumu jungle, maybe like a Braum, Nautilus, Leona support, Galio mid, some combination of those. Obviously, you don't have to be 4 tanks to buy this, but, So it's 87% gold efficient, which is better than Eclipse. And that's without counting the Sheen proc, which is huge. The Sheen proc is about 42 to 84% gold efficient on its own, depending on how tanky the enemy team is. And it gives you 10% extra gold efficiency per legendary you buy after, which is basically, I'll say 5% actually, because you can't really use Magic Pen on Aatrox unless you buy, I don't know, some sort of magic item, which you're not going to do unless you're trolling. And honestly, probably my favorite, Stride Breaker. Buy this every game if you're not like super try hard trying to win every game. This is a super fun tech option. So you can use this into your lanes like Teemo or whatever, where you can kill them really fucking easily if you can reach them, but you can't reach them. So this gives you an extra little dash with a little slow, or not a little slow, pretty big slow, 60% for 2 seconds. That's pretty good. So that's a great option. 20-second cooldown, by the way. And there's some combos using Stride Breaker. I'll talk about that in the end of the video. So Stride Breaker is 98% gold efficient, pretty great, plus 11% with the movement speed on autos, which isn't exactly the greatest on Aatrox, but it's fine. We had it on Black Cleaver, why not have it now? Who cares? Plus, you get also an additional 4% per legendary, because, I mean, I guess I should just explain this just in case you don't know. New mythic items, whenever you build a legendary item, you gain additional stats. It says, I mean, I can't mouse over it because it would get rid of it, but it says mythic passive grants all other legendary items 3% movement speed. So you build a legendary item, you get 3% movement speed. This one, you get 5%, or I think it's 10% actually, armor and magic pen percentage. This one as well, you get 4% armor pen. And this one gives you 5 ability haste, which is another reason why you buy it basically every game. This gives you 20 ability haste, and you buy this plus some other items, plus some other items, and you can get a shit ton of cooldown reduction. You get up to like 60% cooldown reduction or something crazy like that. Just spam your abilities, just hard carry every fight. So yeah, this is a fun tech item. And then Prowler Claw, if you're going mid lane, Prowler Claw is great. It's really fun. Another assassin. This will be I think the default like assassin Aatrox after this is nerfed. But once, if maybe not even honestly, this is just so OP. But this one's pretty good. You can Q1, Q2, and then dash through them with the Prowler Claw active, and Q3 basically guaranteeing that it lands, unless they save their flash for the last second. But holy shit, does it do a lot of damage. You get like 130 lethality with a full build with Prowler's Claw. It's nuts. Plus, when you activate it, you gain 15% increased damage to the target. So you Q through and you just blow them the fuck up. Is great by Boots. Alright, so now on to the legendary. So you buy this first every game. Like default build, you go Gore Drinker into some of these items. A Ravenous Hydra, great item. 98% gold efficient, which is already, pretty great. Plus the stats are really good. 65 AD, 20 ability haste, 15% Omni Vamp. That's huge. Omni Vamp, once again, lets you heal off of your spells on minions. So you can just lane sustain everyone, kingdom your lane, win the game. And it says attacks and abilities. So when you Q through a wave, the entire wave, every single minion will have their own individual AoE. You can clear waves super fast with Ravenous Hydra. This is a god item. I'd say probably buy it every game. It's great. GA. This is a pretty common item on Aatrox. I mean, it got nerfed a little bit. You lose, I think, 5 AD. It's pretty trash gold efficiency, 57%. But the revive, insane. You can buy this whenever you're hard popping off because, if you somehow make a mistake and you die, just come back to life. Who cares? Alright, Spirit Visage. This is 104% gold efficient. Plus, you get the 25% shield and heal boost for free. This item is incredible with Eclipse. If you're going Eclipse, always buy this. Perfect synergy, because this gives you extra Omni Vamp, benefits the extra healing, and the shield, benefits the shield. And you don't get any HP or defensive stats from this, and this gives you just some defensive stats to kind of counterbalance that. Beautiful. Serelda's Grudge. I'll be honest, I need more testing on this item. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. I mean, it's expensive. It's a really greedy item, but greed is good. 45 AD, 30% armor penetration. Love that. It gets you your better than old Black Cleaver armor pen instantly. You don't have to use your full combo and then you get the armor pen, which is why Black Cleaver was a trash item on Aatrox, but it's the only option that was good. So you had to settle for it. And then 20 ability haste. Great. And then the Grudge, the passive, your damaging ability is slow by 30% for 1 second. Pretty good. It's essentially, that's 0.75 seconds slow because you knock up for 3/4 of a second. And notably, makes your W less shit because the W slow is 20 to 25%, I believe, something like that. And this makes it 30%, so it's harder to walk out of. Alright, so now for the big boys, Death's Dance. This item is crazy. 92% gold efficiency, plus the Defy is about 20% additional, plus Ignore Pain on top of that. This item is stupid efficient. It's great. So you always buy this with Ravenous Hydra and Gore Drinker. It's great synergy with Eclipse as well, actually. No, I'm retarded. Anti-synergy with Eclipse, because you get no HP from 2 items in a row. 3 if you got this as well, so you'd be really killed fast with AP Burst. Basically just melt any AP Burst. So D-Dance scales HP, that gives you no HP. You want some HP first, so always buy this if you go for Gore Drinker Ravenous. So this is the best teamfight option by far. By far. Don't buy Death's Dance if you're gonna get Sterix. They fit like very different niches. So If you want a shield to protect burst, I'll give you another option for that. You just saw it right there. Boom. So this is for little fights. This is what you want with Eclipse. If you're going Eclipse Ravenous Hydra, your next item will be Sterix. If you're going for Gore Drinker, you go Gore Drinker Ravenous Hydra into Death Stance, or even just Gore Drinker Death Stance, then Ravenous Hydra. I prefer this, it gives more ability haste. Not much more, but still, meaningful amount. Sterix gauge is 91% gold efficient, plus 4% per Bloodlust stack. Because, I mean, I don't think it says it here, but yeah, the Bloodlust stack is, or maybe it's called Rage, actually, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so it's plus 24% for the actual shield. So once again, don't buy this if you have Death Stance. Great for small fights, so like if you're going for Lane Kingdom, Sterix is great. I don't know why this is here. This is not a core items. Whoop. Okay. Now for your tech options, because you basically won't be getting all of these items. You never want to be getting these two together. Also, once again, buy this if you're going for the super healing build. This 10% Omnivamp, 15% Omnivamp, plus you're getting 25% extra healing, plus your Revitalize, plus your E passive. Holy shit, you're healing for like 80% of the damage you deal, plus your ultimate, increase that by 70%. Full healing off of every spell cast. Crazy. First tech option, the Collector. 93% gold efficiency, plus an extra about 100 damage on every kill. That's what it roughly adds up to, 50 to 75 to 100 damage per kill. With the Execute. Pretty good. It'll pay for itself. The passive will pay for itself if you get 10 kills. Probably not happening. This is pretty good for mid lane Aatrox. If they have a lot of shields, or if you're having like just a hard time like finishing people off. People like Tryndamere, Olaf, where they get like really, really stupid strong when they're on low HP. Fuck it, just kill them. Mid lane Aatrox against tough to finish off people and a lot of shields. That's when you would get the Collector. Abyssal Mask. I really believe in this item. I think it's great. It's 75% gold efficient, plus you get a permanent 10% damage boost for you and your entire team. That's crazy. You can have this permanently on someone with your Qs, because immobilizing a champion, crit Q, gets you that quarter second knockup, counts as an immobilize. That's 4 seconds of 10% bonus damage. That's great. And also, if you hit multiple people, this is not just you. This is not you. Immobilizing a champion causes them to take 10% increased damage from you. This is the entire team. This is a super good supportive item on Aatrox. If you went Comet, always buy this game. Always buy this item, because chances are you land against a mage, because why else would you be going Comet? I guess maybe playstyle, but anyway, super good supportive item on Aatrox. Buy this if your team needs to carry you a little bit more. Silver Maridon, very simple tech option. Malzahar, Skarner, Mord. Buy this against Mord. Always buy this against Mord. It's crazy. It's an 80% gold efficient item, plus a better QSS, which is 20. QSS normally is about 25% additional gold efficiency on it, so it's probably about 30% with the better QSS because of the slow resistance and tenacity for 3 seconds. Maybe more. Who knows? Buy this against Mord and people who you just need QSS against. I love this item. Makes Mercurial Scimitar an actual fucking option for bruisers. I've really missed that. Plus, makes magic resist a little bit easier to buy. Love that. Champunk Chainsword. Buy this item against, people who you need to get anti-healing against, except for Fiora. Don't buy this against Fiora. Where is it? Buy this against Fiora. It's better. Actually, it might be better in most scenarios than Champunk Chainsword, but I think this one's probably better. I don't know. I need more testing on it. Gives you pretty good stats, and it's 89% gold efficiency, plus Grievous Wounds, plus, whatever percentage from your mythic item. Maw. So Maw is 95% gold efficiency, plus 21% for the lifeline. Maw is actually a good item now. Who would have thought? It's actually a good item now. You buy this against really heavy magic damage, heavy burst, Syndra. Actually, it's good against Karthus as well. It's really good with Death Stance for hybrid resistance, because this is only physical damage. When you take damage, 30% of it is dealt as a bleed, just like before. But when you kill someone, you start healing for a little bit and cleanse the damage over time. This item plus this item, huge combo. If you're against like a pretty well-mixed team with magic and physical, consider getting both. Gargoyles, an actual option for fighters now because it doesn't gut your damage. This is 78% gold efficiency, plus 32% for the Unbreakable passive, which I believe they... I made this a while ago. I have my notes or whatever. So they changed the name of some of the things. So I think this, I called it like Bloodlust or whatever. I think it's called Rage now. The Unbreakable passive is the... not passive, it's the active. And Strength of Stone used to be called Fortify. So for every 3%, for every person that hits you, 3% extra gold efficiency, 32% for the active, 78 overall. So you buy this with Death Stance, Gore Drinker, plus another HP item if you need more help in team fights. So if you went Gore Drinker, Death Stance, and like, I don't know, another HP item, Spirit Visage maybe? You buy Gargoyles if you still need more help in team fights. You probably won't, but just in case. Titanic Hydra. I really like this. I don't buy it very often because it's pretty fucking niche item, but just in case, I like to put it here because I really like being tempted to buy this. Mostly because of Titanic, but you'll see. 78% gold efficiency. That's great. Plus 27% for Titanic and 32% for Cleat. This is a very strong item. You buy this if you went Gore Drinker and Warmogs. So only buy this if you went Warmogs because it basically has the old Atmog synergy. If you ever played in, I think maybe Atmos was removed in like a late season 4 or something. I don't know. But it's gain bonus attack damage equal to 1% of your max HP. That's really cool. That's like an extra almost 30 attack damage on an average build. So you buy this against like a poke heavy team where you have to be the first man in. Because Aatrox actually doesn't want to be the first man in. You want to be either flanking or second man in from the front. I don't think it's here. I don't know why. Warmogs. Boop. Okay, so Warmogs is 100% gold efficiency. But when I was looking into this is really weird. While you're healing from the Warmog's Heart passive, you get 1000% gold efficiency, plus 30% per 100 HP you got from other items. So not plus from the 800 HP you get from Warmogs. So this is, you buy this once again against heavy poke comps where you're the main engage, and again, huge item with Titanic. This combo is dirty. Buy it a lot. Thornmail. Well, I mean, this is Bramble Vest, but whatever. What the fuck? Thorn, not Thrawn. Thornmail. So actually, a little side note, because I had Bramble there from before. It goes same for here. If you're going for like a cheap Grievous Wounds, it's actually usually better to finish off the item because of the way mythics work now. Unless you're getting it before your mythic, then you don't need to go Bramble into Gore Drinker and then finish off into Thornmail because you get the extra 5% CDR or whatever little mythic bonus is. So once again, this is almost 80%, 79% gold efficiency plus the Grievous Wounds you buy versus Fiora. And this is really great synergy with Aatrox. You get 60% Grievous Wounds if you immobilize them, which once again works with your Q. So permanent 60% healing reduction on anyone you want when you get Thornmail. Next, and actually last, Dead Man's Plate. Don't really need to get this all the time, but I used to have it in my core items just because sometimes I'd get it like as a default last option. These aren't the only options, by the way. You can get like Randuin's or whatever if you want. but I don't really like randoms that much anyway, so whatever. This is 78% gold efficient plus the movement speed. And you buy this if you need more help getting into fights from the front because like flank angles aren't really possible for whatever reason. Maybe they have a Shaco, Teemo, something that's just cucking you from getting in from the side. And yeah, so I guess like an average item build you would go would be boots, either plated steel caps / ninja tabby. I'm still gonna call them ninja tabbies, by the way, Riot. Fuck you. Why'd you change this only item that changed? Anyway, this or Merc Treads, plus Gore Drinker, then Ravenous Hydra, Death's Dance. Then you can get it could be either Death's Dance or Sterix, depending on what the game's looking like. Spirit Visage cancel a lot of AP, Guardian Angel cancel a lot of AD, and then you can throw in some tech options if you'd like. Alright, welcome to the final part of the Aatrox guide, the combo guide. The important notice, Aatrox isn't Riven. Your combos are reactive to what your opponent's doing, how they're moving, what champion they're playing. They're not proactive. It's not like Riven where it's like, okay, now my spells are up, I use my, I don't know, fast combo or whatever. I don't play Riven. But, you know, your Q, auto combo, that's something that you decide when it happens, and they can't do anything about it but stun you and try and peel you off of them. Basically, you need to react to which way your opponent's moving and cast your Q that way. Generally, this will just be like a little small part. After you hit someone with your Q, you're going to want to angle your W so it tries to cut off the side of the W. So if you're looking here, if they're trying to walk this way, you'd cast W that way. So either they get hit just by the inner part and they get pulled back in, guaranteeing Q3. Because like that, if you get pulled in, you guarantee the Q3, so that's important. Or they get hit by the edge of the Q, which does extra damage and knocks them up, and still guarantees that they get hit by the Q3. So that's kind of nasty if you can get that off. But yeah, so on to the general combos. This one will be at a slight range. This is what I define as slight range. Max Q distance. This is like when I say slight range, just know this is what I mean. So your combo is going to be, I'll do it like at normal speed, and then I'll do it a bit slower just so you can see what's going on, and I'll talk about it a little bit too. So that'll be your general combo. You can attack again if you're still in range. Also, I'm not going to say this, goes without saying actually. Do this before any combo if you think you can kill them. Alright. So basically, what was that combo? That was the general kind of kill combo. So Q1, W, walk forward a little bit, Q2, auto, Q3, auto, E, cancel, auto. And then if you're at higher level, your passive auto will be back up. It usually won't for lower levels, that's why I didn't really put that in the combo. Alright, so that combo, use that when you're a little bit far away. So anywhere between here and about here from your opponent. Max Q distance. So what if you're in melee range? What if they engaged on you first? So initiate with your auto, because when you cast spells or whatever, it'll reduce the cooldown of your auto. So auto first, W, E back, and then Q, 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 Q. You might not be able to get that extra E in if you didn't go for Gore Drinker. This I'm able to do it because I have cooldowns off, but yeah, that'll be your general combo. Go through it a little bit slower. Can't do it too slow, obviously, because my spells have a timer on them, but so you auto attack, Q, like this, E backwards. Oh, I missed my W because I'm doing it too slow. But yeah, it's muscle memory, so it's hard to do it slow, but yeah. Okay. If you're new to Aatrox, I mean, you can probably already tell, each W, or each Q, is at a slightly closer range than the last. So you always want to either have them move into you, or move into them. Okay. this is the combo that I use okay, I want to get this crab out of here. By the way, Aatrox, great at killing the new crab because of the shield. So if you like hard push out your lane, you can just come down here and you can literally like one tap the crab. I know I'm level 16, but you can kill it pretty much that fast solo at like level 8. Alright, so this is my most used combo. It's when you're kind of out of range. So you're going to want to E forward, then W Q1, Q2, Q3, and then finish off with an auto. Or you can auto before the Q3 if you want. So this is what it'll look like. E forward, W, Q, Q. You can auto here, or you can Q, and then you Q after you know, depends on which one you want. So a little bit faster, this is what it'll look like. Alright, so then a quick lane harass, obviously. Do that and then fucking run. Just EQ. Run. That's really good if you have comment. So if they're actually committing, what you can do after you EQ, W, and then since they're coming into you, you won't have to walk forward. You can just Q2 and save your Q3 for disengage, or if it's like Jax, if it Qs onto you, save it for there. So you guarantee that it gets hit by that. Alright, so that's it for the general combos. Obviously, this is not everything. Aatrox, once again, is a reactive champion, not a proactive champion, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. So, I have hiccups. Alright, sorry. For the next set of combos, Gore Drinker combos. So, Gore Drinker, I don't actually know if you... Yeah, okay, so you can cancel it into your W, but who cares? Do that. You can cancel it into every single Q animation, but the one you always want to do it into is your Q3, because it has very similar range. So it's basically going to be the same combos as general combos, but you use your Gore Drinker before Q3. So something like this. What the fuck? My brain was just not active. Hold on. I might have hit that actually. I don't know. Holy shit. Okay, anyway. Boom. Just like that. That'll be your combo. Alright, so now on to the more interesting ones. Stridebreaker combos. These ones are kind of difficult, and I'm not super well practiced on it, because obviously it's a new item. But something I noticed, the max range of Stridebreaker is the same as the max range of your Q. So if you tag them with that, you always tag them with that. And it pretty much guarantees it. When I learned that, I was kind of creaming. That's kind of pog. So a nice little combo you can do is, if you're at like max Q range like that, boom. So Stridebreaker's dash is fucking puny, but it's like basically the perfect range for every single Q, right? So between every Q, if they're starting to get away, you can just use your Stridebreaker. And it's slow, so it almost guarantees that they do it unless they have some sort of flash, dash, blink, whatever. So one of my favorite combos is when you're like really far. I don't know if this is actually quite the range, but we'll see. So you E Stridebreaker, Q1, Q2, and then you can maybe E forward again if you have enough CDR. Probably not. Then you auto Q. So it wasn't in range. All right. So yes, once again, I don't really know the ranges too well, but you can get a feel for it a little bit more in the game. Just know, Stridebreaker, if you went for Stridebreaker, the combos are doable. They're great. They're fun. If you are against the rat, you use this. Once again, ult before the combos if you need the extra damage. And I do it a lot, and I just assume that most people know it. You can cancel autos with your E like that. Alright, so do that every time if you're running out of spells. especially with your ult active, because one extra auto attack means a lot more. All right. I think that's about it. I mean, I can just show you what your HP will look like actually with different items, because that's actually pretty helpful, at least for me. Let's go over here. So your classic Aatrox build, this is probably what your HP bar will look like. So here you can go for one of these items or one of these. I'm just going to go GA for simplicity. So this one's pretty fucking tanky, and you do a lot of damage, and also if you're a bit low, you do even more damage. Gore Drinker's thing works with this as well, and you kind of heal a lot, but that's also because this guy has no armor, no MR, so I'm doing like 1,000,000 damage, but yeah. Then another option, you can swap that out for clips. See how squishy I am now with full build. So generally, I'd say get another HP item, something over here. I mean, don't tech in Silvermare if you don't need it, but something like Dead Man's could actually be good here. So I'm pretty tanky, and just in case you don't know, there's the shield, and it'll help you get into range for your, what's it called? Your other combos if you need it. Clips, great item. Cool. What else? Divine Sunderer. There's no real like combos necessarily with Divine Sunderer. Basically, cast a spell, auto attack. Cast a spell, auto attack. Cast a spell, auto attack. Right. So utilize this Sheen proc as you will. Works beautifully with your E cancels. Also, I think I mentioned it, but just in case you don't know, you can see how Ravenous Hydra procs on every spell. Pretty nice stuff. And then Prowler's Claw. I might have actually, I don't know if I actually did talk about it, but it's a little bit buggy. But yeah, you can pretty much guarantee that people get hit by that if you just Prowler's Claw on them and then Q backwards like that. Right. So do it fast. I mean, if you do it right, there'll be no animation, right? Like that. I just kind of stand still. If you do it too slow, they'll be able to walk out of it. Oh my god, it's actually really hard to do like too slow, so you shouldn't mess it up. And also, your build probably won't look like this if you want Prowler's Claw. You'll get like lethality and stuff. Definitely the Collector. If you go for Prowler's Claw, you probably go for Collector. So yeah, let's go say hi to Garen. Oh, I didn't use my Prowler's Claw. Oh well. So that's about it for this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try and answer them. Yeah, that's it. Bye.